49ers on top, 6-3. Montana going up top for Rice. Intercepted by Sanders.
In the history of professional sports, has there ever been an athlete who so completely dominated two different games at the very same time? We've seen multi-sport talents. Bo Jackson. Michael Jordan tried baseball, but to be an elite, Hall of Fame level force in both the National Football League and Major League Baseball simultaneously, that's a list of one. Deion Sanders. He's the only person in history to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series. The only athlete to hit a home run and score a touchdown in the same week. They called him Prime Time. They called him Neon Deion. He wasn't just a player. He was a cultural phenomenon whose swagger was matched only by his breathtaking talent. He changed the way athletes presented themselves, bringing a level of showmanship and confidence that was revolutionary for his era. But the legend didn't end when he hung up his cleats. Today, he's Coach Prime, revolutionizing college football at Jackson State and now Colorado. He's a coach, mentor, media mogul, and motivator whose words ignite national conversations. His press conferences go viral. His recruiting tactics are studied. His influence extends far beyond the football field. How did a kid from a poor Fort Myers neighborhood become one of the most iconic figures in American sports history? This is the story of Deion Sanders, from Prime Time to Coach Prime. We'll cover the stats, championships, controversies, luxurious lifestyle, car collection, real estate empire, and the unshakable belief that powered it all. This is a journey from poverty to prosperity, from struggle to superstardom, from player to pioneer. Early life and education. Every legend has an origin story. For Deion Sanders, it begins in Fort Myers, Florida, on August 9, 1967. Born to Connie and Mims Sanders, his family life was disrupted when his parents divorced at age 2, forcing him to mature faster than most kids his age. Raised by his mother and stepfather, Willie Knight, in a poor neighborhood, young Deion faced challenges early. His biological father struggled with drug addiction and passed away in 1993. Surrounded by limited opportunities and dangerous influences, he watched friends fall into street life and made a conscious decision that sports would be his ticket out. For young Deion, sports were a lifeline. He said athletics saved him from a life of crime. By age 8, he competed in Pop Warner football and youth baseball, and his natural athleticism was obvious from the start. He was faster, more agile, more competitive than anyone else. After dropping 30 points in a high school basketball game, a friend dubbed him Prime Time, a nickname that would define his entire career. At North Fort Myers High School, he was a three-sport phenom, earning all-state honors in football, baseball, and basketball. He starred at quarterback and cornerback, dominated the basketball court, and excelled as an outfielder. In 1985, he was named to the Florida High School Association's All-Century team, recognizing the 100 greatest high school athletes in state history. The Kansas City Royals drafted him in the 6th round of the 1985 draft. Most kids would have jumped at professional baseball and a signing bonus. Deion turned down the pros and chose Florida State University, betting on himself in a way few teenagers would dare. At Florida State, Sanders became a three-sport athlete, starring in football, baseball, and track. He was a two-time unanimous All-American cornerback and won the Jim Thorpe Award in 1988 as the nation's best defensive back. He was also a key outfielder for a baseball team that reached the College World Series and a sprinter who posted professional-level times. Florida State proved Deion Sanders wasn't bound by normal rules. He was rewriting what was possible. Professional football career. In the 1989 NFL Draft, the Atlanta Falcons selected Deion Sanders 5th overall, and the league would never be the same. He didn't just walk into the NFL, he announced his arrival. In his first game, on his first punt return, he took it 68 yards for a touchdown. Prime time had arrived, and the message was clear. He was here to dominate. His 5 Atlanta seasons were spectacular. He became a 3-time Pro Bowl starter, leading the NFC in kick returns in 1992 and interceptions in 1991 and 1993. Quarterbacks feared him. Offensive coordinators designed entire game plans around avoiding him. Receivers avoided his side of the field, but Deion chased championships. not just statistics. In 1994, he made a bold move, signing with the San Francisco 49ers. That single San Francisco season is legendary. He was the most dominant defensive player in football. He snagged 6 interceptions, returning 3 for touchdowns, including 2 over 90 yards in one season. First player in NFL history to accomplish that. He wasn't just stopping offenses, he was scoring on them. He changed field position. He demoralized opponents. He was named NFL Defensive Player of the Year and won Super Bowl 29. On the biggest stage, Primetime delivered. One ring wasn't enough. The next season, he signed with Dallas and won Super Bowl 30. Back-to-back seasons, 2 different teams, 2 different conferences, 2 championships. Dallas cemented his legacy over 5 seasons where he continued dominating the game's best receivers. His playing style revolutionized the cornerback position. Before Deion, corners were defensive players. With Deion, corners became weapons. He returned kicks, lined up at receiver, took handoffs. He scored touchdowns 6 ways. He made coverage look effortless, rarely needing safety help over the top. His confidence bordered on arrogance, but he backed it up every single Sunday. Over 14 seasons, including stops with Washington and Baltimore, his numbers were staggering. 53 career interceptions for 1,331 yards and 9 touchdowns. 8-time Pro Bowler, 6-time first-team All-Pro, NFL All-Decade Team of the 1990s. 512 tackles, 13 fumble recoveries, over 2,000 punt return yards. But statistics don't capture his true impact. He changed how the position was played and valued. In 2011, he was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame. His career was revolutionary. He proved cornerbacks could be franchise cornerstones, worthy of massive contracts and superstar treatment. Major League Baseball career. For any other Hall of Famer, the story would end there. But while dominating football, Deion pursued a whole other career in Major League Baseball. For 9 seasons, Primetime was a legitimate big league ball player, juggling 2 professional sports simultaneously in a way no one had done before or has done since. The Royals drafted him out of high school in 1985, but he chose Florida State. The Yankees drafted him in the 30th round in 1988. In May 1989, he debuted in pinstripes. Over the next decade, he played for 4 franchises: Yankees, Braves, Reds, and Giants. The logistics alone were mind-boggling. He'd play a baseball game in one city, then fly across the country for football practice the next day. His most memorable years came with Atlanta. In 1992, he batted .304 and led the National League with 14 triples. His speed was a constant threat. Pitchers couldn't hold him on base, catchers couldn't throw him out. He finished with 186 stolen bases, showcasing the world-class speed that made him elite in both sports. That 1992 season culminated in the World Series. On baseball's ultimate stage, Primetime batted .533 with 8 hits and 4 runs in 4 games. Though Atlanta lost to Toronto, Deion proved he wasn't just a novelty act or publicity stunt. He belonged at the highest level of baseball. Deion Sanders remains the only person to play in both a Super Bowl and a World Series. Think about the dedication required, the training, the travel, the mental switching between sports. In 1 week, in September 1989, he hit a home run and scored an NFL touchdown. Same week, 2 sports, 2 stadiums, one incredible athlete defying all conventional wisdom. He finished with a .263 batting average, 39 home runs, and 168 RBIs. He brought electricity and multi-sport excellence we may never see again. Modern sports specialization makes his achievement nearly impossible to replicate. Media and coaching legacy. Retirement wasn't an ending, it was a transition. Before coaching, Primetime became a top media analyst, bringing the same charisma that defined his playing career to the broadcast booth. He worked CBS Sports and then the NFL Network for 14 years, becoming a key voice on NFL Game Day Prime. His analysis was insightful, entertaining, and unapologetically confident. But analyzing wasn't enough. He needed to build something. In 2012, he founded Prime Prep Academy as head coach, winning a championship in 2013 before the school shut down in 2015 due to financial issues. Undeterred, he became offensive coordinator at Trinity Christian School in Cedar Hill, Texas, compiling a 42-3 record and winning 3 state championships. In December 2020, he became head coach of Jackson State University, a historically black college in Mississippi. He declared, "Because we're at Jackson State, we're often underfunded, and I'm here to prove they can compete with anyone." In 3 seasons, he went 27-6, leading Jackson State to back-to-back SWAC championships and an undefeated 12-0 regular season. He won the Eddie Robinson Award as FCS Coach of the Year. More importantly, he brought unprecedented attention to HBCU football, landing the nation's #1 recruit, Travis Hunter. He didn't just win games, he elevated an entire institution and brought national respect to HBCU programs across the country. In December 2022, he accepted the Colorado head coaching job. The program had won 1 game the previous season. He overhauled the roster through the transfer portal, bringing in over 70 new players. He turned 1-11 into 4-8, then 9-3 by 2024. His coaching style is pure personality, charismatic, demanding, fiercely loyal, relentlessly motivational. He tells players, "You've got to want this thing. Your coaches can't want it for you." He holds players accountable while supporting them unconditionally, building family culture while demanding excellence. Personal life, trivia, and favorites. Beyond the personas, there's the man. He's been married twice, first to Carolyn Chambers with 2 children, daughter Deandra and son Deion Jr. His second marriage to Pilar Biggers Sanders brought 3 children, sons Shilo and Shedeur and daughter Shalomi. Today, Shilo and Shedeur play under his coaching at Colorado, creating a unique father-son dynamic rarely seen in major college football. In 2021, while coaching Jackson State, Sanders faced a life-threatening emergency. He developed blood clots in his legs following a routine surgery, complications that escalated quickly. Doctors had to amputate 2 toes to save his life. He faced this with resilience and faith, sharing his journey publicly to inspire others facing medical battles. Fascinating details. While known as Deion, his birth certificate reads D-I-O-N. He added the E as a child after learning a nursery rhyme. That prime-time nickname came in high school after scoring 30 points in basketball, long before the national stage. These small details humanize a larger-than-life figure. His tastes reflect Southern roots and humble beginnings. He loves a good hot dog with mustard and relish, nothing fancy required. He also appreciates classic soul food, with fried catfish a go-to favorite. It's a taste of home that keeps him grounded no matter how high he climbs. Food connects him to Fort Myers, to his mother's kitchen, to simpler times before the fame. His philanthropic efforts paint a fuller picture. He's consistently worked to give back, mentoring young athletes who remind him of his younger self. Prime Prep Academy, despite its closure, was born from genuine desire to provide opportunities for underprivileged kids. Throughout his career, he's advocated for overlooked communities, a cornerstone of his Jackson State mission. He understands his platform carries responsibility beyond football. The primetime empire, cars, and real estate. Success in 2 sports and coaching allowed Deion to build impressive luxury assets matching his personality. His collection tells a story of success celebrated boldly. His first major purchase in 1989 was a Mercedes 560 SEC convertible, top of the line. He paid an extra $15,000 to cut the top off. The license plate? Millionaire at 21. Bold, brash, pure Deion Sanders announcing his arrival to the world. His true pride is his classic lowrider collection. He owns 2 1964 models, likely Chevrolet Impalas, both stunning. Both feature custom paint with Prime logos, white walls, and one has suicide doors. Both had 3-wheel motion hydraulics. These were the cars he drove to Braves day games and Cowboys games, arriving in style. He calls them his babies, and the love is genuine. He owns a 1967 classic with suicide doors, those rear hinged doors giving it a JFK-era presidential look. White walls, immaculate styling, another piece of automotive history preserved and cherished. He owns a massive truck, described as the biggest truck I've ever seen, almost like an 18-wheeler mixed with a pickup truck, pure Texas excess. He owns multiple Razor scooters, including one from his son's South Carolina days, and his personal scooter from Cincinnati Reds days. That red scooter, later repainted, is famous for an arrest incident after a security guard confrontation. Even his transportation mishaps become legendary stories. He owns a custom electric bike built from fishing rod materials with Prime logos. For his properties, he has a golf cart utility vehicle for checking land and cutting grass Sundays, staying connected to the earth. His real estate empire is impressive. The crown jewel is Country Prime Ranch in Canton, Texas, a sprawling 5,000-acre estate, a private kingdom, multiple luxury homes, a private lake, and the Little Red House. He showcases this compound on social media, giving fans glimpses of the homes, lakes, and sheer scale. It's a family gathering place, a retreat from constant scrutiny. When he took the Colorado job in 2023, he purchased a $3.7 million mansion in Longmont, Colorado. This 6,457 square foot home has 4 bedrooms and 5 bathrooms, perfect for his coaching tenure. It's close to campus but private enough for family time. In 2014, he sold a massive Prosper, Texas estate. Built in 1999, this property was 29,229 square feet. It featured an indoor pool, bowling alley, professional barbershop, and resort-like amenities. It was excess embodied. He owned a 42-acre farmhouse in Canton, Mississippi during his Jackson State tenure. Listed for sale in 2023 for $1.5 million, it served as home during his transformative Tigers years. Every property tells a chapter of his story. From a poor neighborhood kid to a man owning 5,000 Texas acres, from his first Mercedes with Millionaire at 21 plates to pristine classic lowriders, Deion Sanders built a lifestyle matching his accomplishments. He's never apologized for his success or hidden his wealth. He earned it, he celebrates it, he shares it with family. From Fort Myers fields to professional sports stages, from classic car shows to sprawling ranches, and now to sidelines as a revolutionary coach, Deion Sanders' story testifies to unshakable self-belief. He didn't just play the game. He redefined it repeatedly. He shattered athletic limits, becoming a Hall of Fame legend in one sport, while simultaneously starring in another. The only athlete in history to compete in both a Super Bowl and a World Series. His legacy didn't stop there. He transitioned from prime-time player to coach prime builder, transforming media analysis into a platform, then using it to breathe life into football programs. At Jackson State, he elevated a community, shifted the HBCU athletics narrative, and forced the sports world to pay attention. At Colorado, he's ignited a movement, proving his ability to inspire, demand excellence, and attract talent remains potent. His journey has been flash and substance, swagger and success, facing challenges on the field and overcoming life-threatening obstacles off it. From beloved 64 lowriders to his 5,000-acre Country Prime Ranch, from early Fort Myers struggles to his current status as one of college football's most influential figures, he's lived a life embodying the American dream while staying true to his roots. He's a father coaching his sons at the highest level, a mentor to countless young athletes, a motivator whose words resonate beyond locker rooms, and a cultural icon whose impact transcends statistics. The Deion Sanders story is more than sports biography. It's a blueprint for living unapologetically bold, confident, and prime time. It's about taking the hand you're dealt, no matter how difficult, and playing it to perfection. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does, breaking barriers others say can't be broken, and building a legacy inspiring generations. It's about staying authentic while achieving greatness, remembering where you came from while celebrating where you are. What do you think is Deion's single greatest accomplishment? Playing 2 professional sports at the highest level, building a real estate and automotive empire, or his transformative coaching impact on historically overlooked programs? Let us know in the comments. If you enjoyed this deep dive into a legend's life, like this video and subscribe for more stories about the greatest icons in sports history. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's always prime time somewhere.